Everyone, welcome to the Mercury Virtual. Hope you are doing good. Today I am going to continue with the same module, that is the object oriented programming, and the same chapter, that is chapter number 9, pointers, virtual functions and the polymorphism. In the last class we have discussed with various concepts like what is polymorphism, what is the meaning of the pointers, what are the pointer arithmetic, what are the various operations that is performed on the pointer, that is how we can perform the operations on the pointer, that is the pointer arithmetic. So let's discuss what we have covered in the last class, then moves to the next part, that is today's session, that is what we have covered in the or what is going to cover in the today's class. First of all, let's take what we have covered in the last class. So in the last class we have started with pointer arithmetic. What are the pointer arithmetic, or what are the various operations that is used in the pointers arithmetic, that is what are the various arithmetic operations that is used to perform in the arithmetic operations. For example, a pointer can be incremented or decremented. So it can either be incremented or it can be decremented, that is plus plus sign is incremented, that is incremented by 1, or it can be decremented, that is decremented by 1. This is plus plus and the minus minus meaning. But if I say plus plus 2, that means incremented by 2. If I say plus plus 5, that is incremented by the 5. If we say that is it is incremented by 5 value, that means plus plus 5. That is, pointers can be either incremented or decremented. The next operation, next arithmetic operation is we can add any number from the pointer, we can subtract any number from the pointer. Next, one pointer can be subtracted from another number. So for second point says any integer value can be subtracted or added. Next point says any pointer can be subtracted or added from another pointer. So one pointer can be subtracted from another pointer. This is the statement that is used, that is APTR plus plus or the plus plus APTR. Then APTR minus or minus minus APTR. Then we have discussed about this example also. This is the example, that is how to perform the arithmetic operations on the pointer. So this is the program that shows how to perform the arithmetic operations in a pointer. So first of all, hash include iostream.h, then conio.h, then there is a void main, then int num 56, 75, 22, 18, 19. So these are the 5 value that is used. Then int pointer ptr, that is ptr is a pointer variable that is used to store the address of another integer value, integer type data. Then int I, that is I is a variable that is used. Then clear screen for clearing the screen. Then see how the array values are. So it is defined as it is, that what is the array value, how it is used. That is for I equals to 0, I is less than 5, I plus plus. So these are the 5 values that is used. So it starts with the 0, ends with the 4. Then it is printed as it is, that is num I. Then how to initialize a base address of the string, then value of ptr, that is printed, then ptr plus plus. So these are the various value that is printed, that is how it will be incremented, like this one. If I say that it is incremented by 3, that is ptr plus equals to 3. If we say ptr minus equals to 2, that is it is decremented by 2. Then we will discuss how to use the pointers with the array and the string, that is how to use various pointers within the array or within the string. So this says pointer is one of the efficient tool or the different tool that is used to access the elements of an array. Pointers are useful to allocate the array dynamically, that is it is used to allocate the arrays dynamically. That means at the runtime it is used to allocate the array, that is at the runtime. To achieve this or the pointers uses two functions. What are the two functions that is used? That is a malloc and the calloc. So malloc and the calloc are two functions that is used to make the string, or that is used to make the pointers dynamically allocated. These are the various functions that is used to allocate the memory at the runtime. Then we will discuss what are the various pointers with the array, that is how to use the array within the pointer or array with the pointer, that is the pointers with the array. So this is hash include iostream.h, then there is a void main, then int number 50, that is the number 50 is the array size, that is a 50. Then there is a pointer ptr, that is a pointer ptr. Then int n I, that is there are two variable that is used, that is the n and the I. Then cout, enter the count, that is it is printed as it is, that is enter the count. Then cin n, then cout, enter the numbers one by one, that is entering the numbers one by one, that is key in the values one by one. Then for I equals to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. So it starts with the 0, ends with the n. Then C in number I, that is it is printed in a number form, that is a number I. Then PTR equals to numbers, that is a number will be assigned to the PTR one by one. Then initialize the value by 0, that is sum equals to 0. Then it is the loop that is used for I equals to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. Then it says if pointer PTR is modulus 2, that is it is divided by 2, it gives the remainder 0. Then sum equals to sum plus pointer PTR, that is at the same time it is going into the sum and it will be added up, so it will be therefore counted as all the even numbers. Then array of pointer, that is how to use the array of pointer. This is the example. These are the various string that is used, that is given as a pointer variables. Now next concept is, that is a today's class also session, that is what we have covered, we have finished. Now next topic is how to use the pointers with the string, that is the pointers and the string. So we have seen the usage of pointers with one-dimensional array elements. So we have already seen that how to use the pointers with one-dimensional array elements. However, pointers are also efficient to access two-dimensional, multi-dimensional arrays in C++. That is, till now we have studied that pointers are used with only one-dimensional array element, that is it is used with single values, that is the array elements. But pointers can also be used in a two-dimensional and the multi-dimensional array in C++. There is a definite relationship between the arrays and the pointer. C++ also allows us to handle the special kinds of array, that is string with the pointer. That is C++ also provides a special kinds of array, special type of array, that is known as the strings with the pointers. We know that a string is a one-dimensional array of characters. We start with the index value 0. So string always start with a 0 and end with the null character. So in memory location, first of all the first index that is maintained is a 0 and the last index that is maintained in the null character in C++ also. A pointer variable can access a string by referring it to its first character. So a pointer variable that is used, that is accessing a string that is referred by its first character. There are two types of ways, or there are two ways to assign a value to a string. So there are two ways in which we can assign the value to a string. We can use the character array or the value of type char pointer. So a pointer variable can access a string by referring it to its first character. As we know, there are two ways to assign a value to a string. We can use the character array or the value of the type char pointer. Let us consider the following string declaration, that is how to use the string, that is the following string declaration. So there is a char num equals to 1, that is num is the array size that is used, that is equals to the 1, one. Then const char num ptr equals to 1, that is the num ptr is a pointer variable that stores the value as a 1. The first declaration creates an array of 4 characters. Why? Because it starts with a 0 and with the null character. So it starts with the O and ends with the null character. So null character also takes one space, but it does not we can say it does not occupy any memory, large memory, but it can take the space in the memory. So the first declaration creates an array of 4 characters which contains the characters O, then N, then E, then there is a null character. Whereas the second declaration generates a pointer variable which points to the first character, that is 0 of the string. So this is a pointer variable that is used, that creates the first character, that is a 0 of the string. There is a numerous string handling functions available in C++. All these functions are available in the string.h. So sorry, cstring.h. So we have to apply the cstring.h whenever we use the any string handling functions, that is cstring.h. Now this is the program that shows how to reverse a string using pointers and array. So for example, if I give hello, so that will display OLLEH, that is the reverse of the string by using the pointers and the arrays. This is Hash include iostream.h, hash include string.h. Then there is a void main that is used. Then char str equals to test, that is str is the array variable that is used, that is equals to the test. Then int len equals to strlen str. So len is the variable that is used to calculate the len, and strlen is a string function that is used to calculate the length of the string. What type of string? That is str. Then using the loop, that is it start with the 0, it's end with the len, and there is I plus plus. Then cout string I, that is the stri, then istr, then as pointer str plus I, then pointer I plus str. So all these values are printed one by one. It starts with the 0, it ends with the length of the string. For example, if I given hello, that is HELLO, so there are total 5 characters. So it starts with the 0, it ends with the 5. Then cout endl for moving to the next line. Then string reverse, that is the reverse of the string. Then int len m, that is len m is the variable that is used to calculate the length of middle value, that is len divided by 2. So whatever the output that is come, that is when the length is divided by 2. For example, if we say hello, that is divided by 2, that gives the output as a 2.5, but it is of length, so it gives the output as a 2. Then len minus minus, then for I equals to 0, I is less than len m, I plus plus, it is used. Then str I equals to xtr plus str len minus 1, so it is used like this one. Then len minus 1, then str I, then there is a closing curly braces of this one. Then cout the string reverse, so it is printed as it is, that is a string reverse that is used. Then there is a str for removing or for using the string variable. Then there is a closing curly braces. So this is one of the example, that is how to reverse the string. There is a T, there is a E, there is a S, there is a T, that is a test. So it will print a T, then S, then E, then T. So this is TSET. Next topic, that is a pointer to a function. So we are finished with how to use the string within the pointers. Now next is how to use the pointers to a function. So first of all, let's take a break right now, then move to next part, that is how to use the pointers with the function. So let's take a break. So come back from the break, let's start the session again. The next topic is how to use the pointer to a function. That is, what is the relationship between the pointers and the function, or how to use the function with the pointers, or how to use the pointers with the function, or function with the pointer, and vice versa. Right, so even though pointers to a function or function pointers are introduced in C, that is they are widely used in C++ for dynamic binding. That is, although we have also studied that how to use the pointers in C also, but it is also used in the dynamically, that is how to use the pointers in the C++ also for the dynamic binding and the event based applications. The concept of pointer that are used or that are acts as a function, acts as a base for a pointers to a member. That is, we can use the pointers, we can use the pointer to a function that is that acts as a, that behaves as a base for the pointers to a member, that we have discussed in chapter number 5. The pointer to function is known as callback function. So whenever we use the pointer to a function, whenever we use the pointer with the function, that is known as the callback function. We can use these functions pointers to refers to a function. Using function pointers, we can allow a C++ program to select a function dynamically at the runtime. So whenever we use the function pointers, we can allow a C++ program to select a function dynamically at the runtime. We can also pass a function as an argument to another function. Here the function is passed as a pointer. That is, now the function is passed as a pointer. That is how to use the function as a pointer that contains the pointer variables. The function pointers cannot be dereferenced. C++ allows to compare two function pointers. That is, it is a responsibility or it is a privilege that is provided by the C++ also to the compare two function pointers, passing the pointer within the function. That is, there is a privilege that is provided in the C++. That's why it is known as the dynamic binding, or that is known, it is known as the dynamic runtime, so that it can be executed at the runtime. C++ provides two types of or two kinds of function pointers. So there are two types of function pointers. First is function pointers that point to the static member function. So one is a function pointers that point to the static member function. So there is a static member function that is available, and the function pointers that point to the non-static member function. So one is the function pointers that point to the static member functions, and one is the function pointers that points to the non-static member functions. These two member functions or the function pointers are incompatible with each other. So these are the two functions that is incompatible with each other. That is, one is that points to the static member operations or functions, and one is that points to the non-static member functions. These two function pointers are incompatible with each other. The function pointers that points to the non-static member function requires hidden arguments. So whatever the function pointer that is used, they are required that are used with the hidden, or that requires the hidden arguments. Like other variables, we can also declare a function pointers in C++. So like other variable that is used, we can also use, or we can also declare a function pointers in C++. It takes the following form. So what is the following form that is used? So one is data type, then there is a function pointer or pointer function name. So one is a data type, then there is a pointer function name. So data type is any valid data type that is provided using in, or that is a data type that is used in C++. So data type means the type of the data, that is int, char, float, that is a data type. The function name is the name of a function which must be preceded by a asterisk. Why it is preceded by asterisk? Because it is a pointer to a function. So it is a must, or it is mandatory to refer as, or to use the asterisk sign in place of the, or that is preceded by the, or asterisk sign that is preceded in a function name. The function name is any valid name, that is the valid name of the function. So first is the data type, then there is a asterisk sign, then there is a function name. For example, this is the example. There is a int, that is a data type int, then there is a pointer num function. So name of the function is num function, then there is a int x. So in bracket there is a int x. The num function is the name of the function that is used, and the argument passed is int x. That is, x is the variable that is declared, that is of integer type. Remember that declaring a pointer only creates a pointer. That is, declaring a pointer means only creating the pointer, not executing the pointer, not creating the actual function. For this, we must define the task that is to be performed by the function. So if I want that a function performs something, so we have to define, we have to declare, we have to give the definition of the function. The function must have the return type and the argument. So this is the function that is given, that must contain the return type. This is the argument, this is the return type. This is the example, or this is a program that shows how to declare and define the function pointers in C++. So first is the header file, that is hash include iostream.h. Then there is a type def, then void, then pointer fun ptr, then int. So there is a pointer variable that is used, that is a fun ptr, and there are two we can say the argument that is passed, that is a int. So two variable that is used, that is of integer type. Then void add, that is add is the name of the function that is used, and there are two argument that is passed, that is I and the j. Then there is a cout, that is a I, that is it will be represented as a I that is used. So this is the I, then there is a plus sign, then there is a j, that is a plus, and the j will be used as a. So this is a pointer to a function example, that is a in pointer num function, that is a num function is the name of the function. Then there is a int x, that is a argument list, and there is a asterisk sign that defines the function. So remember that declaring a pointer only creates a pointer. The function must have a return type and the argument. So this diagram this program shows how to declare and define the function pointer in C++. That is, how to use the function pointers in C++. So there is a hash include iostream.h, that is the header file that is attached. Then there is a type def void fun ptr, that is a pointer name. There are two argument lists, both of the integer type, that is the int and the int. Then void add is the name of the function that is used, void is the return type. Then there are two arguments that is passed, that is the I and the j. So there is a void add, then there is a I, then there is a j in brackets. Then C out I, then plus sign, then j, then there is a inverted commas, double inverted commas, then there is a I plus j. So that is, it is printed I plus j, that is equals to, or that is denoted by double inverted commas, and there is a I plus j. That is, both the values will be added and then display. That is, the I value and the j value will be added together and then display on the screen. That is the I plus j. So this is the addition of the, or addition function, that is a void add. Then there is a, in the same way, there is a void subtract, that is for subtracting the values from one another. In this, again there are two arguments, that is the I and the j. There are two arguments that is passed. Again it is printed as it is, that is the I, then minus sign, then j, then equals to sign, and then there is a I minus j. So this will print as it is, that is I minus j equals to, that is your I minus j. Then there is a void main, that is the main function is starting, because it is a C++, so the main function is starting at the end, that is the void main. Then fun ptr, that is the name of the function that is used. Then ptr is the name of the object that is declared, or the pointer that is declared. Then this ptr is equals to ampersand of add, that is the address of the add is provided or is supplied into the ptr variable. Then ptr12, that is what are the value that is passed to the I and the j, that is a 1 and the 2. So one value will be passed to the I and the two value will be passed to the j. Then C out and L, that is for the moving to the next line, there is a and L. Then there is a ptr equals to ampersand subject, that is ptr, or ptr contains the address of the subject. So the address of the subject will be provided, will be installed into the ptr. Then ptr32, that is 3 comma 2, that is 3 and the 2 values are supplied, are passed to the ptr variable, that is the ptr function. So these are the various functions that is used, that is ptr, then address of add, then 1 2, then address of subtract, then 3 2. Then this is the output. So first of all it is passed, that is a 1 1 2, that is a 1 plus 2 is 3, then subtract, that is 3 2, that is it will be provided as it is, that is 3 minus 2 is 1. So this is the how to use the function. So these are the two functions that is used with the pointers. One of the name of the function is add, one of the name of the function is subtract. So these are the two functions that is used with the pointers. Now, how to use the pointers to an object, that is how to get the variable or how to use the pointers as an object.